And also in last video we saw how can we install SQL Server Data Tools or SSDT on our virtual machine, and that was needed in order to create any SSRS report. So if I go back to my VM, so here we had created that, we installed that SSDT, and after installation we created a simple report, report 1. So you can see it here. And since there was no data available, so if I log into my HR database, we do not have any tables inside the HR database. And so if I check, see, there are no tables. So since we do not have a good data, what I did was I just created a simple report with metadata table. So all underscore objects, I just use that data and I created this report. Okay, now it's not formatted correctly. The report is still raw, but after creating that report, we also uploaded that report on SQL Server reporting services, and you can see it here as well. All right, forget about it. I mean, it's not formatted correctly. What I will do, I will just simply delete it. Now, in order to create a good report, we also should have a good data set. Now, here we do not have any tables right now. So in this video particularly, we are going to create a good data. Okay, and for that, for my convenience, what I'm going to use is when you install any Oracle instance, it's maybe standard edition or express edition, whatever it may be, automatically it will create a HR database and it will have different tables. So what I will do in this video is I will install the Oracle instance on my virtual machine, and once that installation is finished, I will get to see all those tables. I will export those tables in CSV file, and I will import those tables or those CSV files into our database of SQL instance. Okay, you can use any kind of data, but just for my convenience, I am using Oracle HR instance. So what I will do, I already have Oracle installer available on my machine. You can download that latest version. So this is very old version, 10G Express edition, but that's fine as long as it creates that HR database. We are good. So I will copy it here first. You can use any, I mean, even SQL. Once you install SQL Server, it creates uh, default database in SQL Server also. But I mean, I will use the HR instance or HR database. Okay, it's copied. Okay, let me start the installation. Should not take much time. Now, at the time of SQL installation, we specify the sysadmin password for sysadmin user. So for in the case of SQL Server, it is SA user, but in the case of Oracle, it is sys. So once installation will start, I will show you. Let me minimize remaining things. I can simply close this one. I can close this guy also. Perfect. I think Adventure Works is the default database of SQL Server. That's all right. I mean, I will go ahead with HR. Next, accept, next, next. Now, this is the password I was talking about. Now, if you see, this password will be used for both sys and system database accounts. All right. Password #123. P8 password #123. Perfect. Next, install. This will get finished. No time. Now, in order to access SQL Server, we use SSMS, right? Similarly, to access, you can access Oracle either from command prompt or using this tool. So by default, it install this. So this is more convenient instead of command prompt. So we'll use that one. And this error is coming, that's fine. I will close this. Okay. Now, by default, the HR database or the HR account is locked. We have to unlock that. So if you go back to my documentation here, I have mentioned those steps. Once it is unlocked, you have to change the password. That will do. Let me pause it till the time that gets installed. Oh, it's finished. Come on. Okay. Launch the database homepage and I will click finish. So basically this will get open. So soft client, you can say. Okay. It should prompt me to give user ID and password, and I will use sys and password hash123. Okay. Sys and p8 password hash123. Login. And very first thing I am supposed to do is I need to unlock the account. So I will go to sys SQL command and I will use alter user HR. That is the schema account unlock run. Okay, user altered. So account is unlocked. So I will go to my home page now and I just need to change the password. So I don't know the default password for HR database, but that's okay. I will go to object browser. No, it's not here. Administration and database users, HR. And I will change the PA password hash123, PA password hash123, and I will give account status unlock and I will give everything, all privileges. All right, and alter user. Perfect. Now what I will do, I will log out from here and I will, instead of logging with SIS, I will log in with HR. Login. Perfect. Now, as I said, our aim is to export the, so first let's look at the tables available. So if I go to object browser, I should be able to see the tables available. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 6, 7 tables are there. Okay. So I will export all the data. I mean, you can see those content also. Okay. Basically, I'm going to export all these data from this table uh, into a CSV file. So unload and unload to text. Next, select the table, go one by one, select all columns. Next, and make sure you include the column names. And I'm going to keep separator as comma separated CSV file. Okay, and unload data. Okay, now if I open this guy here, see, okay. Similarly, we'll do the same activity for remaining tables as well. So we completed for countries table, departments. Next, select all. Next, include column names. Unload. Okay, departments is also done. Next, employees. Next, next, include column names. Unload data. next, jobs, next, select all, next, include column names, upload data, jobs history, next, next, next data, okay. Location, perfect. And the last table, next, regions. Perfect. Let's go back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. These are all. Let's validate one by one. I just need to check if all everything is comma separated and has headers. Perfect. Okay, all good. Now what we are going to do is, let me close this guy. We don't need this anymore. I'm going to copy this path. Let me go back to HR database, right click, task, and import data. Next, and I will select a table. Sorry, the source has to be the data file, CSV file. So flat file source. And I will specify this path here. Countries. Next. Now, if you see here, oh, if I go back here, it's by default it's selected column names in the first data row. So that's why. Okay, let me go. Let me select. So automatically it will detect those column names. And next, here this table will get created automatically. I can preview it. Okay, and this is the mapping. So by default it took all varchar. That's okay. We are not worrying about. It's very small data set. We are not worrying about data types. I'll click next. Finish. Finish. Okay, one table is done. Next, task, import data. Uh, Flat file. Next, browse, departments. Next, next. See, it's everything. It's taking varchar 50. That's okay. Create the destination table. I mean, you can change it. I mean, you can change it here. I mean, instead of 50, I can change whatever I want. That's okay. I mean, or maybe varchar you can change, but that's okay. It's too much of work. I will click next. Finish. Finish. Okay, two tables are done. Import data. Third. Employees is done. Next. Task. Import data. Job history. Finish. Finish. jobs, locations, second last table, and the last one. Perfect. So if I refresh, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tables. I can query. So basically now we do have data, correct data. And with this, with the help of this data set, now we can create SSRS report. So let's assume, let's query on employees table. So out of this, I will take employee ID. So let me give emp dot employee ID, emp dot first name, emp dot last name. Um, let's say emp dot email as well, hire date, emp dot hire date, emp dot job ID, emp dot salary. Okay, and let's say we'll add department information as well. So I will use left join. Um, so dbo dot departments dep on emp dot department id equal to dep dot department id. I will use dep dot department name. Now, other than that, so let's say locations and regions. So I think if I expand departments, columns, so that has location ID. So let me join left join dbo dot locations loc on loc dot location ID equal to dep dot location ID, and I can add the location as well now. loc dot, let's say, state or city, and loc dot state province. Yeah, and now the finally I will join this with um, countries. So left join dbo dot countries on con, let's say, and I will change this to con dot country id equal to loc dot country id, and let's say con dot country name. Perfect. So we got this data set. It's a good data set. Now in next video, so our data set is ready. Now next video, with the help of this data set, we are going to create a new SSRS report. Okay, so 107 records are there, and there are some employees for which the country is not there. So United States, Canada, Germany, that's fine. We'll see that. So with the help of this data set, now in next video, we are going to create an actual report. Okay, so thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video.